caught up with Swift Jarrett Hurd right here in Hillcrest. Just got finished working out, and how was that workout?
Oh, it was good, man. You know, me and Justin training camp right now, and training camp's going well.
And, you know, big fight coming up. You know, a lot of boxing fans, or fight for the boxing fans coming up. That card that you're on coming October 14th at the Barclays Center, a place that lately has been known for having world caliber fights and world championship bouts, you know. So what does it feel to be on that level now?
It feels good, man. You know, Barclays Center, this is my second time fighting there. You know, first time I was on the Keith Thurman, Sean Paul on the card, and you know, Brooklyn always showed me love. I can't wait to come back to put on another wonderful performance, and you know, I just can't wait till October 14th.
And speaking of that, you know, you got 3 championship bouts, including yourself on one. You know, all guys in the same weight division, that junior middleweight division, lighten up. You know what I'm saying? The shine is on you guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So basically, what's going on? People are trying to see who's the best at that division, basically, right now, because they don't really have that standout, clear champion.
Exactly.
You know, so other than Canelo when he does fight at that weight class, you know. Yeah. But you know, what about that card coming up? Three champions that you've been looking at, and actually some opponents that, you know, for those champions that you've been looking at.
Right, 154 pound is one of the weight classes that are not fighting each other. The top guys not fighting each other yet, and you know, this 154 pound card is definitely a chance for everyone to get to see all of us display our talent in one night. So you know, it's definitely gonna be some comparisons that night. You know, and they got some great matchups on there. You know, some very competitive ones. And I can't wait till you know, the world finally gets to see us match up with each other, and it's gonna have to be one person on top.
So on that card, would you rather fight first or last? So you can pretty much watch.
I'm like this. Of course, I like being the main event because at the end of the day, it feel like, you know, you're the main attraction. Everyone's coming out to see you. But you know, in reality, I like to fight before these guys because I'm a fight fan myself. So after my fight, I like to sit down and enjoy the fights afterwards. So me being the opening bout against Austin Trout, I'm gonna do a couple of interviews, and I'm gonna go grab my seat and tune in to the next 2 fights. You know? Yeah,
you know how the Twitter stuff goes around. You know, Laura at one time was coming at you one time, and I think Erickson Lubin, he was coming at you. Charlo, all those guys. So now, you know, to me, how was that press conference?
Oh, that's what's crazy. I said I was prepared. I was thinking like, yeah, coming up here, I know it's gonna be a lot of trash talking back and forth. I'm gonna be next to 2 guys that's already been talking trash to me. But it's crazy, man. We had no problem. No one said anything. You know, when the guy whom they talked about their opponent. They may spoke and said, you know, I'm soon gonna take over the adventure, but there's nothing direct to anyone. And it's crazy. It was a little quieter there. You could feel the tension a little bit, but you know, it was nothing really said on that night. Yeah.
What about when Trout, you know, made his, you know, his remarks on the podium when he was saying, you guys, you know, been trained with each other at one time for sparring and everything, but he said you made the wrong decision to take that fight.
Right. Yeah. He even mentioned it happened. Said I didn't when we faced off. He said it looked like I didn't have the killer instant in my eyes, and I'm like, you know, that's what a lot of fighters said in weigh-ins, and you know, they say that this guy Jarrett has never faced nothing like me before, and like I said, when these opportunities present themselves, I take full advantage of them. I don't never take it for granted because I know that this could be my last opportunity, and I don't feel like it's gonna be no different with Austin Trout when the time comes out, when it's time to fight. I'm gonna go out there and put on the performance of a lifetime.
And competitive wise, how do you feel that all 6 of you guys basically match up with each other?
To be honest with you, out of all 6 of us on that stage, I feel like the most competition will be Lara, and that's because he does have good ring generalship, and he likes to use the ring a lot, and you'll have to really cut the ring off. He tries to score and win the rounds. He doesn't try to make it a fight, and he doesn't really commit into his opponent. He tries to just win the round.
And also, he's been in there a few times under this kind of, you know, pressure.
Yeah,
you know,
he has the most experience as I think fighting on his level. So, you know, I feel like he'd be the toughest fight, and just with that alone. But I feel like for the biggest fight for me be against Charlo.
Okay.
You know, that's the fight everyone wants to see. You know, that's the fight I get under my comment. When you gonna fight the Charlo brother, you're gonna fight the Charlo brother. So I know eventually if Charlo get past Lubin and if Lara gets past Goucher, both of those fights are definitely something I want to happen in 2018.
All right, there you go. Swift Jarrett Hurd.